record. Activate. Is it working? Good. Bill Gates, Steve Jobs technology. Thank goodness. Now, I have to give you due warning by law. I am from Liverpool. I'm a Scouser with ADHD. Dialogue, my friends. Dialogue. Keep your phones on. Feel free to make loud conversations. Walk around. Go in and out the door. If anyone walks in, I just invite them in. Ask questions if we've got time. That's fine. Autism means selfism. What's it all about? It's a war zone. It's a battleground, autism. I gave a talk in the autism shows this year. You can see on my YouTube, explains why. I believe, and my good buddies and many of us have a positive disposition, believe it's the hereditary properties of a race and a kind. Opposition, or even then there's argument about that in the community. Then there's people who call it a disorder, because I'm on top of my nature. A lot of us, and natures are on top of us. So we're ruled by OCD, ADHD, sensory issues. The traditional vulnerable autistic person can't even leave the house. There's a lot of people like that. The term was originally coined by psychiatry, medical science, 20th century, first defined as a kind as existing, as some sort of perversion of an order or an ability. It doesn't really exist, have you noticed? We're all trying to aspire to standards that aren't actually real. We're going to go into that. It's a medical technical term, a contentious point of view. Many of us need it. Many of us want to be called disordered. Many of us need that to be understood by the world, to see ourselves in that way. That's what we choose. Many of us need support and understanding. And actually, many of us, quite frankly, despise being autistic. Then there is this bloody thing, functionality. Has everyone got a first-class honours degree from Trinity, Cambridge? Ah, well, you're relatively learning disabled. I'm so sorry. It's all on a relative scale. I never meet anybody.
I have a second degree, and yeah, I am. I am a university graduate of Edinburgh University, and I'm currently doing my second degree right now. I'm getting a distinction.
You're the only high functioner in the room, madam. Well done. If I made you use a gender predication, there we go. It's all habit. Bless you. I had a woman in here who got a first-class honours degree on a scholarship from Harvard the other day. It's so funny. Then we got the loonies. We've got the people who think it's brain damage or psychosis. You ever heard of Bruno Bettelheim? If in doubt in psychiatry, 20th century, 19th century, blame the women. That's right. He coined the phrase refrigerator mothers. The idea was autism came from kids who had been hugged enough by their mothers. There was a guy called Ian Campbell. Dr. Ian Campbell tried to bring this back in a conference in the city last year. And the woman who came the other day, my solo show, knew all about him, because it's all part of our great global scene on the internet. Brilliant. Then we've got these biological terrorists who are trying to kill everyone through bringing back epidemics, whilst constantly making out they're into vaccine safety. That's right. It's the people with no plan B. Ever talk to them? They can only be right. They assume more integrity than the Pope and the Dalai Lama. I refer, of course, to the disciples of Andrew Wakefield, from whom we shall be hearing more later. Okay. What's it like not being autistic? Tell me. Tell me. It's beautiful, isn't it? Of body and mind, you are perfect. There's nothing wrong. If you've got children, if you eliminate their autism, then everything in life, the rest of their existences will be... Yeah, exactly. Think about it. This is what we have to bloody live with. Okay, autism, a type of brain profile, type or structure that defines a subset of humanity. It's positive, it's nice, it's a neutral way of looking at my identity and that of my wife, who is also autistic, who I met as soon as I got my diagnosis when I was 41, she was 40. We're in a social group, our eyes met across a twitching room. She said, I don't relate to people. I said, me too. We married within 2 years, never have anyone around the house. Except the cat, who basically runs us, pushing in the Wondercat, yeah. 1 in 59 in America, or is it now catch-all? There's a lot of other conditions, all the language you use, in other words, definitions of individuals who don't meet certain functionality criteria, who have certain characteristics. It's now just been subsumed into autism. It's practically trendy. People who have autism share an empathy and relate to each other's natures. It's true. It's a relationship with my father, my half-sister, and my wife, and friends, and even an ex-girlfriend from America. She didn't know she was autistic. I didn't know I was autistic. When I was 30 and she was 35, she's gone now, boo-hoo, left in 1994, went back to America. We wrote to each other for 7 years. Oh, Betsy, but I can't think about it because I'm married. I've got to get over that. I bring this up every show. God, I'm going off on a tangent because I'm autistic and self-focused. Meanwhile, back at the show, we are usually seen as eccentric, disabled, having a disorder, retarded or mentally ill. It's always the same. You wake up in the morning and say, I'm too fat, I'm too thin, I'm not smart enough, I'm too clever. It's all relative language. Does it do anyone any good to relate to themselves in these terms? Can't you just be an entity in itself? Well, no, not in the world of autism, because you can call us anything you like. See that film I made, The Autism Show? Where does it come from?